Hello people, it's me, Libluini, and we are back with Gem Holograms Season 2. We are trying to conquer the universe, or at least this one planet, with the power of music, here in Dominion 6. We are now up to the late winter in the year 3 of the Ascension Wars, and our war with Hinnom got a lot more interesting because, oh, another neighbor, attacked Kailasa, our ally. So now it's free for all, except for Arco, who just got some provinces and then settled down. But now new stuff is happening. At first we got messages for global spells gone active. It is foretold in the prophecies of Agatha. The Lord and Master at the beginning of Dominions. King of King vanquishes us, constant return for us the beginning of Dominions. Master of Air shall grant of his followers and promises lives. Fast God Agatha has blessed his followers with supernatural health and stamina. This sets a bad example for the faithful. Yeah. So Agatha is going for broke with more globals. Aga is already one of the strongest nations in this game. We are just not seeing them because most of them are still underground. Then next is Arcocephale, because the fantasy Greeks also want to play with magic. Salmon Center Deodorant, King of the Healing Arts, is here. And this time it is the exact same thing, so I'm guessing that since this happened one after another, Arco got immediately Agatha cast the spell, then Arco immediately overrode it in the same turn. Oh, that's funny. And then Agatha sent up another thing. This time it's about treasures of the earth. Yeah, I remember this one. This is quality and quantity of the armies of the beginning of Dominions, Prince of Rain. I think this is one that gives you more income and supplies and resources. The first one just makes everyone healthier, longer lived, and so on. Everything very useful to have, and in a game that was rebalanced to be better at the army part, because everything was redesigned for Dominion 6 to give people bigger armies and make the bigger armies more important. So global spells that improve recruitment and supply of your armies is a bit oof for all the enemies. Then we see Wanheim just bulldozing some independence. That's, yeah, down here he's basically taking free real estate that no one else is here except underwater. Yeah, that could be a problem in the future. Next up, we retook the swamp and there was nothing, so we don't need to look at this. Then in the same swamp we get an event giving us some glamour gems. That's nice, we need those. And some more gems. No glamour gems, but I'm not complaining. Magical bird of wondrous colors. Small gems were hidden in its gut. Oh, that's brutal, that poor bird. I think my cat found this bird. Alright, event. Powerful memories of the Almighty have escaped from the... Oh wow, the thrones people keep claiming are fucking up this world. Not after the past events causing all those drain issues. Now again the world's Dominion falters. Bad for everyone. Our siege progresses. The walls are now severely damaged. But even our big army has to do something. Strategically, yeah, Kailasa is still blocking us here. Our friends. And here is the big mage stack of Hinnom showing up again. I'm guessing he was on his way to the south and is now back to save his cap from annoying little blobs like this one. 30 units normally wouldn't be much. Since they're all sacred, they could manage to bulldoze down the province defense from Hinnom. Would be embarrassing, since Hinnom can't recruit if there is a siege going on. And of course you can't do jack shit if he moves immediately, Kailasa may show up first. So, since Kailasa is doing a lot of little attacks, now we have to do something risky, because I really don't want to lose Ras. Bloodline keeps sieging, and we are resetting time again so we can get this province. Of course, with the amount of bullshit we are having here, if Kailasa is being annoying and trying to cut us off from Hinnom itself, we'll now accidentally bump into them. And if not, well, that's good. That's good. If they go for the Great Pharaoh instead, or the capital, that's not a problem. If they get bulldozed down by Hinnom, also not a problem. For us, it's just important the following things. One, we can easily keep Kailasa out of Ras and take some minor revenge for the bump in Pnofia earlier. And second, Hinnom can't immediately strike back since they are walking into the wrong direction. Even if they march further north next turn, they're still not in Ras to catch our army unawares. And we will immediately retreat and then hopefully draw Hinnom into Ras, and then we'll do our assassination. And we'll see how this works out. If it works out great, then this means we don't have to risk our army. Let's... oh, I have 0 money. Oops. Can I... nope. Mage is important. Yeah, okay. That's some extra money I can cut loose. That's not exactly important here. Don't want to get a single scout in here. Oh shit! Allergies. Sorry. That should be enough. And then we're marching up here, since I want to keep the siege going. Too bad that we can't wait an extra turn to make the exchange happen, because now Volgard will repair everything again. Only funny thing is, whatever was inside will of course keep on losing supplies and staff down. Too bad we can't do the same thing to the automatic defenders. No, those assaults will be there anyway. And all integrity is a lot, but at least this means we're getting a better fortress than we could build ourselves. If we eventually manage to destroy Hinnom's big stack, so we can siege this down in peace. Now we keep on boosting our research. Broken land, you get another Dreamstone. And I still don't know if I should stop making Dreamstones now. That more research is important for us, so... you know what? I go to monthly forging until I reassess the situation. So we're getting Dreamstones each month, and new Bao Banshee each month to get a Dreamstone, and another one here for other reasons. Troop recruitment is also continuing. Yeah, okay. So, Pizzas, you now get a Ranger Cloak, and probably best to get them some kind of protection for the head. Because the way this game works, as a reminder, if something hits body parts that aren't protected, then the protection is automatically always 0. And you can lose that body part. You can lose arms and heads and legs, and yeah, if the head is hit, for example by a stone or arrow or something, and the protection at the head is 0 because she's not wearing a helmet, yeah, that is painful and in most cases immediate death. It really, what can kill mages really fast is as stupid as it sounds. Oh, stealth 150, that's a lot. Oh yeah, that means that you need 150 units patrolling just to have a 50% chance of finding her. That's excessive. So next step up, Roxy gets the pixie shoes. So next up, this ranger cloak. Yeah, and renaming the third member of the Misfits was wait, did I? I could have sworn a... No, I'm not really sure if that's correct. Well, I guess I have to proofread my spelling better. So I'm going to number 4, who entered in Season 2. Because at least here I couldn't do anything wrong. Well, sorry, Stormer or Stormy or whatever. You are next turn. Because I have to make sure that I actually wrote down your name correctly. So, stuff continues. Next forging shit is the spider amulet. 5 nature. Do I have someone who can gift a good helmet? Well, the gossamer rail would be good. Though the gossamer rail as a crown doesn't really protect. This one, of course, attack -1, defense -1 for the weapon, but that's of course only for the attack itself. Well, it's cheap and has lots of protection. Well, let's kill this down, and his ass is then finished. We are then up to 5, 10, 15, 20 games on her. That's already... Oh yeah, wait, I keep forgetting there is this other shit. The Dreams pool, which is important since one glamour game means less, and yes, that seems to be the best thing here. Oh. Dreams pool. So with Dreams pool and helmet, she is finished. I could give her, of course, one of those really annoying shields, but I also needed my research, so I should keep things from going overboard. Yeah, okay. 3, 6. Ah, shit. Nope. You're still 1 level away from getting more, and we got some unseelie soldiers now, which of course have cold power and cold resistance. Useful to have, but cold armor and ice armor make them also terrible soldiers in summer. I guess we have to hope for the best. Now our reserve army has enough magic units for now. We need more glamour games. Could invest some of our fire ship now that we have level 3. Fire resistance is nice. You know, apart from the coast, this would of course be funny to use against our eternal enemy Hinnom. 15 is approximately the damage falling fires can do. Well, I can at least forge one for our most important units. Okay, but well. Nope, no, we only have our more important mages ready to do something. Let's not go overboard and wait until next turn. What was it again with F? Yeah, lots of options. Like this one, the black steel helmet. Even more protection, but lacks the second attack. So let's keep it this way. Yeah, that's it. Research is ongoing, forging is ongoing. And strategic movement's done. Or is still fucking with Kailasa. Continuum is doing something. So, before I finish research, yeah, we are slowly getting there. Then we still have the stupid whip of command I can't really use. We still have one slot open. The riches from beneath. Yeah, that's... The origin is... Oh, we don't know. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Sorry. It's origin. I keep forgetting this is a thing. It's now in Dominion 6. Some globals have an origin. So not only are they dispelled if you kill the mage casting the spell, but you can also dispel it by taking the province where it's originated. Elf-Blood Deepwell Agatha gives just a shitload of gems, 17 elf gems each month, plus 5 if it's in a cave. And the player was smart and put it in Agatha, which now in Dominion 6 create an actual Blood Deepwell, and I guess if the capital is lost, the game is basically over for Agatha anyway. So while you can still use gems to dispel this global, it actually has now a province where it got cast, and I'm not even sure if killing the mage would end the global in this case. We're in completely new lands here. Riches from beneath, however, that's the our spell that went through. Yeah, that doesn't have an origin, so we have to track down the mage and kill him, or her, or it. It's easier to use a dispel, I think. And Gift of Health, yeah. That makes plus 10% HP for each unit and commander per level of Dominion. Healing afflictions, high chance. Because, well, if you have 10 candles, for example, it would be a 100% chance. Aging reduced by half. It's very useful if you have normal humans like Arcocephale. Also no origin. And the Eyes of God means Valheim is spying on all of us. Forge of the Ancients. Yeah, that was the first one Agatha put up. And it gives you a 20% bonus on forging everything. Yeah. Master Smith +1. So that's a lot of bonus to forging. That's 1, 2, 3 really good globals up by Agatha. So he is basically the main player right now. Despite all of our foibles here. Argo did something funny because now they have Mother Orc to get more nature gems and Gift of Health to make their armies work better. Especially the additional HP is nice for a human nation. Okay, for giants and monsters it would even be better. But at least it makes squishy little dudes less squishy. And this army seems to have marched off towards places unknown. I should probably take a look in case they're marching southward. Oh, look, see this graphic? That's the oak, the mother oak. Not really sure what this is. That might be something that was local. The Earthblood Deep Well we can't see because we don't have access to the underground layer. I mean, yeah, we don't have access. And that's it for this turn. The war continues. Let's see if we can finally put this stack of mages down for good, if they are coming for us. And Libluini out. Hello people, it's me again, Libluini, and welcome back to Gem and Holograms Season 2. Yes, it's time again for Dominion 6, and our antics continue now into the early spring of the year 4 of the Ascension Wars. Also a little update to the names of the misfits from the actual Gem and Holograms. Apparently the name of the kind-hearted member of the misfits is actually Stormer. So, I did write down the right name. I have no idea why I thought her name would be Stormy. Huh. Oh, okay, so we can name our Bauban sheet now. We completed Thaumaturgy level 4? 5. 5 is good, mostly because we can teleport and Soul Slay if we ever get Astral Mages. Glamour means we have now access to Group Luck. So it's tiny groups, but considering how good the luck status effect is, yeah, 75% surviving a deadly blow or spell. Yeah, luck is really good, but of course would be nice if we had Battle Fortune, which is the bigger version. Now we need gems, and the area of effect is now 20 plus, but it also needs level 4 Glamour. So it's really hard to get bonus area of effect here. And fatigue is 200. So even when overcasting and having a level above 4, it would mean still something like 50 fatigue all at once. And of course, the obvious list of things it doesn't work on, like undead, inanimate objects and so on. So no lucky chairs or something. The Dreamwild Legend, do we have something here? Oh, yeah, okay, the Dreamwild Legend is the master spell in this list. It now needs a full level 5 in Glamour. It takes fairly long at 225%. And fatigue cost is 400 and it needs 4 Glamour gems. Yeah, because luck is really good, of course this magic spell that gives everyone on your side this power is fairly expensive. I mean, even if our Pretender Goddess, yeah, I think it would be something like 100 even at level 7, and it costs still 4 gems then. If I can make the script do an overcasting, it would still be 50 at that insane level. The best other mages we have is level 5 Glamour. And they would take, yeah, at 400 they would be getting close to casting themselves to death. And 4 gems, yeah, that would mean 200 fatigue at 8 Glamour gems. I mean, I could try something crazy like giving them 16 gems, look what it brings me, but I'm already telling you, overcasting is kind of limited. You can't just give someone like something like 40 gems and hope that they are doing an insane X plus level overcast to reduce fatigue to nothing. It's not like this. You can either jump a level higher or reduce fatigue. I think you can even combo both if you have the gems, but that's it. You can, for example, if you have level 5, get the fatigue down to, I think, 100, because each time you jump up a level or reduce fatigue, cost goes down by approximately 50%. I really hope I have the calculation right in my head. I'm really prone to accidentally rounding up or down a lot, because I'm bad at math. But man, we really need our global for more Glamour gems soon. Legend's Demise. Enemies take 5 points false damage per round. Okay, that's of course awesome. Of course it needs full level 7, and even our goddess would have some trouble getting this off. But of course 5 damage per turn is a lot, even if each good magic resistant rolls negates the damage for a round. Especially good because false damage has no resistance, so there is no way to protect yourself except by having high magic resistance. It's a bit like astral damage, and the corresponding astral damage battlefield spell at least only does 1 damage per turn. Legends of Demise is also, as you may see, a level 9 spell, and we have to research them individually, and yes, it takes the full price of the entire level 9 each time. Then there are Dreams of the Awakening God. All provinces within friendly dominion have an 85% chance of gaining 1 dominion on spread. So this is basically ultra juicing our own dominion and makes us almost unkillable if our little fantasy nation state is just large enough. Level 8 glamour is far beyond everything we have, except if I invest a large batch of gems to power up our goddess first. And of course, all 3 good spells, but we have to take priorities. So we can either try to kill everyone on the battlefield, or we can try to make everyone on our side super lucky. Since level 7 is the absolute maximum we have, and we would like our pretender goddess to do something else, and maybe have a spell that our other mages can cast at least once, we'll probably try to get Dreamwild Legend if the game runs for long enough. I mean, we're only up to level 5 now. Our next goal is level 7, and we are now Conjuration 6. So we can get this dumb Fey Prince and try him out. After that, yeah, Thaumaturgy 6 and 7, and then we are going Evocation 6 and 7 to get Illusory Attack for a nice bit of random havoc on enemy provinces, and Shimmering Fields to do lots of fake damage directly in front of the mage. An area of effect 50 means, yeah, that's a lot. So it stands to reason that lots of ephemeral blasts are probably more effective simply because fatigue cost is so low. On the other hand, an area of effect of 50 is a large chunk of the battlefield, and it's just one spell. Though to be fair, the range is also a lot lower than 40 plus. At least we get all those spells since it's not level 9 yet. Aurora Borealis, I have thought about this weird battlefield-wide stun spell, since it's trying to stun enemies each turn, might be a bit more powerful. Must occasionally roll MR or get stunned. So I have no idea if this means each turn or each second turn or something, but it's an effect that keeps going, even if the rules are a bit weird. Aurora Borealis works best during night, it seems, and during twilight it only works so-so, because Im-Air Easy is like an Im-Air magic resistance roll with bonus or something. Mindless units, of course, like magic things that have no mind, or certain types of undead, are not affected at all. But one thing I suddenly remembered is there are a shit ton of mages who probably wouldn't like it if they suddenly have to roll against stun, even if the average mage has probably more magic resistance. If you have something like Hirom, as an example, sending 27 mages in, or after they buffed themselves and our side buffed themselves, Aurora Borealis would suddenly show up, and then probably half the mages wouldn't get off their throne and couldn't cast spells because the stuns would keep interrupting them. It would, in other ways, wreak havoc with enemy mages, so it's probably something we want, actually. Our only drawback is we need Astral to cast it. That will be Yeah, we probably have to brute force this with a large batch of astral pearls at some point. Celestial Rainbow at least can be cast by our goddess. And as a reminder, it gives us gold, more luck scales, and automatic protection per luck scale. It's another spell that's good if you have lots of Dominion everywhere. But right now we're going for Evocation 8 as a high... Oh yes, Aurora Borealis. I keep forgetting that I actually wanted this. So, and after Construction 7 to get better stuff to forge, the question then starts to rise up. Will we go for the Dreamwild Legend next? Or will we go for the Celestial Rainbow? Yeah, we probably need some battlefield magic at some point. And the only thing we have going for us is lots and lots of no-selling shit. What is nature again? Problem is, of course, good nature spells are somewhere else. The best. Let's see, what's with evocation? Nope. Enchantment. Yeah, all the neat stuff is in the enchantment tree, the enchantment school. Like Serpent's Blessing, which gives everyone poison resistance, mass regeneration. Yeah, army regeneration is everyone. And we have some level 3 nature mages who could be turned on level 4 nature mages, which with overcasting means we could get some really good spells going. Well, of course, the problem is enchantment is something which we have right now kind of ignored to boost our other. Yeah, so that's a good thing. So do we go for big target 1, big target 2, or do we clean out the enchantment tree first to get some more nature spells, especially foul vapors, which could be, let's see, can I? No, I think not, don't think so. But Serpent's Blessing would be important, but level 7 could take a while. Especially since our research speed is pitiful. Well, well, well. Let's go for more luck on the battlefield. That means Thaumaturgy continues until we have Dreamwild Legend. So, okay, that's our current long-term goals. Now we have to work on actually getting more research points. Then, Vanheim attacked independence in some province far away. Yeah, this little island is now under control of the enemy, so to speak. We are all enemies in this battle game. But Vanheim isn't our enemy right now, so let's go to Ras, where we had an encounter battle with a large chunk of reinforcements. That's something. Okay, painful, 29 deaths, but we also bulldozed 111 in turn and killed a bunch of mages that were sitting around here. Yeah, that wasn't actually how I wanted to destroy this little stack. Our Fey Footmen and our Fey Knights lost 1 unit each. Most of our Griffin Riders are dead, most of our Leogryphs are dead, but those are actually fairly cheap and they did a lot of stupid kills. Our Dwarves and our Vine Ogres, oh yeah, of course, the Vine Ogres got killed. They weren't as effective as I thought, but the Leogryphs are apparently really good at being annoying as fuck. And some even survived, so I probably get some more. Let's take a look at how this went on in detail. Yeah, let's stop for a second. Team colored squares and with a little bit more detail. So we see this mess of abominations here. The big Vine Ogres, they cause fear. They don't need to eat anything since they're undead. They are highly poison resistant against pierce and blunt. and 2 amphibians. They can hit something with their 2 attacks. Sometimes their defense is laughable, and the hit points and the low protection is some kind of negative energy. So the best thing they have is they will never run away, being mindless things. And the magic resistance also means any kind of magic will hit them. So not really that good actually. They're big, beefy, but also hilariously vulnerable if you have the tools. The Leo Greaves, again, tiny protection, just enough hit points to not immediately die against most weapons. But they're really good at attacking and have multiple attacks. They are also kind of breezy. So yeah, you can't control them, so the only thing you can do is put them in front and hope for the best. But considering how many you get by summoning them, I have to say, maybe not good. Also important, the moral is above average, the magic resistance too, so I won't be immediately killed down by any kind of magic attack. So our full-bulk slingers are of course ablative armor here. Then our crazy persons here. Then we have our favorite man. The Allure is of course not as good at attacking than our regular sacreds, but they have defense skill 20 and of course all the other upgrades. So people without true sight may not apply here. Then of course we have some She-Lords here, because I guess I put them up to Blessing, or maybe I'm just stupid. Then we have the Fate Knights here. Mobile super weapons, good at attacking, even better at not getting hit. And they actually have, thanks to their face speed, a good chance of surviving even a hard hit. And the high protection of course. And multiple weapons. They are kind of expensive though. So even losing one of them is kind of painful. Those of course are a mess. Considering how expensive those guys were, the only reason I will continue to try get some more is because they can fly and are sacred. The enemy is of course a bunch of someone shit like these mannequin. Mindless, inanimate, magic beings. Sometimes good, sometimes drawbacks. They have 2 attacks, one of which is a sleepwine attack that causes fatigue damage. So they are kind of evil. But on the other hand, with their attack skill they're almost never gonna hit anything. They also are cold resistant and poison resistant, since you know they're just undead things. So why are they here? I guess if you have a lot of them, sometimes they will hit you. And since they have spirit side, they can ignore all our strange elf boosts to defense and blur effects and so on. And of course, this means not much by attack skill 7, but still, if we had enough of those, like hundreds instead of just this tiny block here, that would be a concern. Ogres, of course, at opposite, they can attack and defend somewhat, but they are slow as fuck. The protection is little, and they have some more hit points. Their moral is good, their magic resistance awful. But if they are hit, you're gonna notice it. Also, he puts them back behind to protect his mages. Then we have the regular troops. And yeah, well, fascinating, so yep, yeah, because the Leo Greaves there in front, they're eating most of the fireballs. Then of course our dump asses start flambeing themselves. So, and then the non-running mages get stabbed, and I guess, yeah, sorry, everyone dies. That was a nice encirclement, I have to say. Because after our scripting ends, our mages just summon tons and tons of weird illusions. We have, whoops, what was that at the end? Something red? Fuck, now I have to go through everything again, just because I missed this one spell. Was it just Twilight? Yeah, just Twilight. For some reason I thought it was something bad. So, 30, 60, 90, almost 4-1 losses. That's nice. Of course, it's somewhat of a problem now. Then there is attacking between Pyrenea and Mannheim. Of no concern to us. Then Feral Woods. We got Blood Slaves we can't use yet, but okay. Our capital got some death camps and an abandoned graveyard. Army knows. Then, of course, Volgard is repairing his fort again since we did this sudden strike last turn. And one unit who lost their mounts died or deserted. We don't know. They're just missing in action, I suppose. And it's, of course, one of our Griffin Riders. So actually 6 died. Then someone else died. So there is just 2 left now. No. Okay. So apparently the Griffin Riders ran away, all 3 of them. Then sadly one of them, who didn't have an animal anymore, died. And another one died just normally. Kind of funny how things go sometimes. Well, let's get to it. So these weirdos were of course slated to take over the siege. And hey, maybe we're lucky and the defenders inside try a counter-strike just now. That would be neat. So we still have our trap, but it isn't triggered because Hinnom underestimated us and sent a large chunk of garbage, and now 3 mages are dead. And of course all the associated gem costs of summoning the garbage. He's also still summoning more garbage. But I guess he now has to decide back to the capital or counterattack into Ras. Well, I'm giving Ras some minor defense. And then of course... Oh, I keep forgetting how many of those assassins I've put up here. Now I really hope he sends in his mages. To be sure there is no surprise with army movement. I am combining forces with our strike force from the south again, now that we have Ensorcered Swamp on our side. And if he moves away, yeah, well, okay. He keeps patrolling his capital, so I can't just move the trap over. I'm guessing what he's probably doing is, since last time he won handily with his mages, he's probably moving all his mages over, and if he takes Ras over to do so, we'll see. Because then of course I can see, reading the battle report, how many mages there are and how many of my trap I have to trigger to get them all. If he's however walking into the other direction, yeah, okay. Then he is 1, 2, 3 turns away from Andoria. And I'm 1, 2... Yeah, okay. Let's see. If next turn he is in Pinocchio, I have to move my hidden mages into Valgard, and then he's in Silvermark. And then I move them into Andoria, and he's in Ensorcelled Swamp. And then I'll just have to wait until he reaches Andoria, and then I'm triggering the trap. But since this is an awful waste of time, I really hope he just strikes directly at me over Ras. Because if I can just have him stand still 1 moment, that would be swell. The question is, can I get some real glyphs, or would it be better to summon them somewhere else? Conjuration. Yeah, nope. And plus again. We want a good mage actually. So where are my Leoglyphs actually? If yeah, maybe you want to run away if you're getting caught with Weirdos. Apparently the Leoglyphs also retreated at some point when I wasn't looking. Oh, no, the survivors are here. That's kind of funny. Yeah, they can't even let them stay here. So. Wait, I'm putting a bit more forward and a little bit away from my normal units just in case they eat damage spells in the battle. So, let's see. Divine Blessing, the scapegoat is with them. So, let's see. Yep. So you can actually go behind here. And I mean, yeah, thank you. If I clicking on those, I of course want the most useless commanding type unit ever, not my mages. That's well of you, game. So let's see. Yeah, everything important should be there. Oh, okay. Let's make sure. Yep. Our trap isn't moving, only the army. Trap is staying. Plus some extra mages I put here. And yeah, my sneaking scouts on their way. And we have this one here. Normally I would just ignore a single unit, but they're costing 120 gold. So it probably makes sense to... Oh, wait. Just send this guy over here to collect a guy. Even an immediate death attack strike for Firewoods means can probably just walk back, right? Yoko, please research something now. So, and now... Yeah, okay. Next researcher gets another Dreamstone. Perfect. So, and now 9 turn to 18. Perfect. We need every little thing. Next thing up is, since we're up to +9, I can go to... Wait, no, not ritual spell. Sorry, I meant to take the magic item forging unit. Monthly and Dreamstone. So, now I have to be careful not to forge too much, because I think I triggered the auto stop when I used up all my gems last turn. Now, of course, we have Pizzas, Jetta, Roxy, and one of those new ones is now Stormer, because she is the most kind-hearted. I should probably give her something, just so I remember with one look that this is one of the girls meant to be a super assassin. And Pizzas now gets a helmet. I also have this golden harpoon, which gives fire resistance. Huh. Would probably be nice on the battlefield, but I don't have a lab, so I would have to carry it all the way over there. Let's see. Yeah, okay, he's obviously the next guy on the battlefield. I can't have this one. The whip is sadly completely useless for us since we don't have any, how to say, any slaves. That was the word I wasn't remembering. Okay, she can have a second elf to help out. And let's see, Pizzas has now complete complement of insane tools. Oh, wait, I forgot she gets the Dreams Pool, because the Dreams Pool gives her 2 warrior illusions immediately and temporary glamour gems, so I can have her do something neat and awful immediately. So now the other shit. We need 1 pair of pixies, 1 pair of this kind of stuff. Oh yeah, Ranger Cloak, we have a second one. So Stormer, Roxy, and Jetta. Oh, Jetta has nothing right now, so he gets this one. So I can keep track of my 4 super assassins. So let's see, what can you do? The dream spool, of course, another one, because we need 4 of those. See, you are 11, so you go back to research. And you, Stormer, are unused right now and you're only 9 research. So to maximize, you'll go 4th and... Oh, yeah, we are already running out of gems here. I only have 2 Astral, and we need 5. Pendant of Beauty is only Beauty. Ah, okay. Useful in edge cases. Yeah, okay, that's to give people, glamour manipulators this power. So, Dream Spool, 2 and 3. Well, why not? So, let's melt down those. And then we have 5. Now it should work. Yes, third Dream Spool, and here I have Death finished. Now what we need is... helmet. The Hornet helmet. Yeah, but more importantly, some more stealth. So let's do a Ranger Cloak. So this is 1, 2, 3 forged items for our insane team of mega assassins. Let's not dump too many gems at once, so Beolach, you can go back to research now. And Kimber Penton, since I don't have anything else for you to do, you can give me some of those juicy Leogryphs. Spirits of the Wood, summon Leogryphs. 12 nature gems, but I also get a large chunk of those weirdos. So, a third one. Yep. Okay, here's the problem. We need more army leaders down here. Well, we don't really have money right now. So, I'm running out of mages to give those to. Yeah, okay, then Quark could get a Dreamstone, but then forging will be a problem here. Yeah, too many of my mages are on the battlefield right now. So let's keep the summoning and researching, forging to a minimum now. So let's do something. Okay. Yeah, just barely have enough money to keep on trucking here. It's kind of funny. I need those recruitments to go on. But I just let's okay, we are doing it this way. Since our neighbors aren't threatening us on this front for now, I move both of them over, so I have one large chunk of normal units, and then a leader with open slots for the magical bullcrap I'm selecting here. This should be good, right? He has 1 slot open from his 3. This one still has all 3 open. That is a total of 3 plus 1 is 4. And here, 1 Faithful Folk. 2 is the Leogryphs. 3 are these guys, because of course I don't want them to just stand around looking pretty here. And if I want to get some knights, it probably would be 4. Let's confirm how our research is going now. We are at 259 per turn, and this means 5 turns, so we have to worry about gems for our prince another time. So recruitment is doing, movement is done, forging is done. Our second tier of insane but a woman is coming along nicely. So let's see, pissers. Which slot did I do for insane shit? Yeah, okay, that was, let's see, 7, 8, yeah. Wait, 6, 7, oh. So let's see, we don't need illusionary luck now. Let's see, since she already has 2 guys, we will immediately attack and probably keep the other side busy for 1 or 2 turns. So I can instead use her non-gams. Okay, that's of course the problem. If there is no one else there, the super spell with high killing power will probably blast apart the single target. Yeah, it's kind of funny thing. Of course, enough time has passed since we're between turns. I've completely forgotten which spell I was trying. Oh, Visions of Death. Yes, of course. Here, Visions of Death is problematic because our super mages would need a glamour booster, which I don't have for them right now. I get, I think, another one at level 7 conjure. Wait. We have construction 5, yes. First booster is a helmet and costs a shit ton of gems, so I think it's probably not really gem efficient to give them to our assassins, since our assassins are all alone in the world. One dumb battle will kill them stone cold dead. And I'm already putting far too many gems into this project. But let's scroll down. Yeah, it's kind of funny because now that we have those gems, I could shoot out something, then maybe use a power-up spell, but Glamour doesn't have this. No soul glamour. Magic is all a bit differently across the paths. Some, like water, can power up easily, but only under specific conditions like underwater. Then you have earth and fire, which can power up just as long as you have path 2. Then you have the stranger stuff like air, which can only power up during storms. So you better bring your own storm if you want to make sure. Glamour is similar to air, that it needs twilight to get the buff boost up. And it's even slightly better because you immediately get a +1 on all your mages. You don't have to have a need to have them cast an extra buff up spell like air needs to. Well, it's kind of a wash, because air of course has things like Thunder Strike, an immensely strong attack spell, and we have all our illusion bullshit. So, how do we want to do this? Yeah, that's probably for the best, since Dance of Ephemeral Swords will give 3 attacks against each enemy, and since our Bowbanshees are actually fairly good fighters, we couldn't do it this way then. So let's see, we shoot out 2 Visions of Death. Then let's shoot out an Illusory Army. That should work out, right? Of course, they still need gems, but the funny thing is the Dream Spool gives them a gem to start with. So the Illusionary Army will... Oh yeah, of course, they need overcasting because it's level 3. That's annoying. Let's see, but what if I pull things around and put Visions of Death? Oh, that's actually working. Ah yes, because overcasting needs 1 gem, and we have 1. So if we are lucky, we can immediately kill someone. Then we need to protect ourselves. And then we need some dudes to help us. Then another vision. Yeah, okay, so the first part will always work. Immediately try to kill attempt. Hopefully surviving thanks to the warrior illusions. Then the dance of swords to protect herself. And then it's game time. Let's... Oh, wow. Yeah, of course, I have used them all up. I'll have to see next turn. 1, 2... Visions of Death needs 1 gem. Probably needs 1, 2, 3, 2... 4 gems is enough for all the other shit. This looks more like 2, 4, 5 gems. So even more gems than the normal ones. The difference is after they've shot out all the gems, they're still fairly good assassins because they can Visions of Death summon turn 1 and then summon 3 dancing swords to make them hilariously hard targets. The defense skill is so la and their protection is still fairly low. But of course they have 3, 4, 5 attacks and they are still glamoured and blurred. So an enemy actually has to go through multiple steps to even land a hit. And then they have a good chance of at least surviving the first hit. And if life drain then hits back, they're immediately getting back. Of course luck means the first deadly hit will just be ignored. So that's a lot of stacks into the right direction. So I'll take this then to mean we need a new script. So now we have boring standard for the runs who have absolutely 0 equipment. And sadly they only work with gems. I probably have to redo some things here, since they will not always have illusionary army to back them up. Maybe I should give them at least a dream spool, and I can just use, well, at least, let's say, at minimum a dream spool and pixie shoes, so they can use the advanced Visions of Death. That's old, that's new. Let's keep it like this, and hey, I can already give the other girls this. Rostoma, Yetta and Roxy, who are you? Roxy. Here. So now the misfits of all seasons are back together. Now I have to forge equipment, and I probably try to keep 2, 3 equipment pieces per turn instead. So now I'm making my next army, and I already have another scout ready. Keep forgetting these guys, I'm the worst here. The worst. So let's see, I would like to see what is going on here, so let's march down to the south. And that's really it for this turn again. Continue recruiting and forging and summoning. Next army is almost ready. Well, depending on how much magic bullshit I want to put into it. We're trying to save this poor little griffin here. And then I hope I can trigger my bullshit next turn to see how phase 1 works out. This is, since it's still the old style bullshit, if I trigger those traps, yes, our survivors have to go back home to home base after that to get new gems. Oh, let's see. Maybe I turn most of them into researchers and then do little copies of my dream team here. Maybe on a slower level, depending how it works out. If it works out great, of course, I'll probably try this again. Well, let's see. Now we'll continue our Siege of Valgard. And Hinnom has a problem. Either he has to waste multiple turns to go around south, or he has to walk into our trap. But he doesn't know about our trap, and it looks like our army isn't strong enough to hold off 27 mages. So let's see what he is doing. First thinks he doesn't do anything expected, in which case I'll slowly work my way through Valgard here and then end this stupid siege finally. The next target then will be, of course, the capital. And thankfully, Hinnom is still fighting. And of course, Kailasa is fighting O. Which, well, it doesn't go too well. Hinnom and O team up seems to be working out fairly well. So on the other hand, Kailasa managed to destroy an army of over 700 units last turn. Thank you, Discord. So Kailasa isn't dead yet. And Hinnom, of course, is still fighting a two-front war. And we just blasted one of their smaller armies apart. If we can just make his mage stack walk into a province I've prepared with my traps, we could end this fairly easily. We just need time for this stupid siege. At least, if my trap works out, I can just continue this siege and have the next army in a walk forward to take Hinnom. Of course, with the timescales involved, there's a good chance the army will just keep on walking southward to take some leftovers from Kailasa before O reaches us from the south. Well, that's future music. Let's see how things go for the next turn. Debluini out.